At-home Bitcoin miners are getting crushed by the crypto sell-off and energy inflation. Here's how they're cutting costs. Now, this one's really cool because it is an article by Business Insider and is an interview with BBT and Serpent XSF, who are YouTubers, talking about the hobbyist miners. Hobbyist crypto miners are having to get creative to survive the brutal sell-off. Electricity costs are also rising across the U.S., further squeezing these individuals. Two longtime miners told Insider how the community is coping with this crypto winter. This brutal crypto winter has already claimed billion-dollar companies as victims, but it's also making life much tougher for fans who mine Bitcoin from their spare room or garage. These hobbyists, who would typically use GPU rigs to pull in hundreds of dollars worth of cryptocurrency a month, have seen their profits plummet and their costs surge in a hellish 2022 crypto winter. Chris Vega and Michael Carter, who between them have 2 decades of experience mining Bitcoin and advising others, told Insider how the U.S. community is coping. Quote, "It's easier for at-home miners to be innovative than larger companies because they have lower overheads," end quote, Carter said in a recent interview. Hobbyists are the ones that are innovating and trying new techniques to cut their costs. Bitcoin has plunged more than 70% from its November all-time high, while prices for electricity, a big input cost for power-hungry mining, are soaring worldwide due to the energy crisis. Individual miners can't hope to control the price of Bitcoin, but they can get creative to manage their utility bills. Some at-home U.S. miners are relocating to take advantage of lower energy prices, according to Vega and Carter. Electricity costs are set to rise another 5% in the U.S. this summer, according to government figures. But that makes a massive variation between states, with the U.S. Chamber of Commerce forecasting a 16.4% rise in New England, but only a 2.4% bump in the Southwest. Lots of Americans are moving to different states because their electricity is cheaper there, Carter said. When there's a bear market, you tend to see a lot of migration by Bitcoin miners. Some crypto miners are even considering switching to renewable power sources to cut their electricity costs, the two said. Florida-based Vega said he'd heard of miners pivoting to solar power, while Carter said some in the Midwest were moving to states like Illinois or Missouri to take advantage of wind power there. There are a lot of incentives to use renewable energy here in the U.S., Carter said. If you're putting up large solar panels, you can get half of it paid off by the government, which can really help miners to cut their costs. As well as providing free advice on YouTube, Carter, who runs a larger mining operation out of St. Louis, Missouri, consults with larger Midwestern mining firms about how to optimize their setups. In the at-home mining world, though, some are selling old equipment to raise capital. On secondhand sites like eBay, would-be crypto miners can pick up rigs for as little as $300. Longtime hobbyists would likely find selling their equipment a painful prospect, Vega and Carter said. But those who first bought rigs in last year's run-up to market highs could be looking for a quick way out of crypto. Many people in the mining space don't want to sell their hardware, tech fanatic Vega told Insider. Sellers tend to be newcomers that entered the space when Bitcoin was at its all-time high and bought a lot of hardware at ridiculously high prices. Vega started mining crypto as a teenager attending LAN parties. He told Insider his first foray involved him and his friends getting a bunch of laptops and piggybacking off of grandma's Wi-Fi. Both he and Carter are well positioned to see the community suffering right now, but both expect hobbyists to survive the current crypto downturn if they can cut their costs. The mining scene is full of individuals who bring a unique flair to the industry, Vega said. I think and hope that the grassroots individual will continue to prevail. And from my perspective, I think the grassroots individual will as well, because what we're seeing obviously in the market right now is some price discovery start to happen on, of course, ETC, Ethereum Classic, as well as Ravencoin, which is a surprising pump up, by the way, of 20%, up to 3.7 cents here recently. And that is obviously a coin that is focused on GPU miners here. And that is one that the Ethereum ASICs won't be able to move over to. You have a lot more options as an at-home miner, or even just a hobbyist miner or a smaller miner, than the large companies do, where you need that uniformity. You have the ability to bump and shift coins a lot quicker. You have the ability to make personal decisions without having to go to a board and make those decisions. for an entire company that makes millions of dollars. So you have an advantage there. And, obviously that was a great article. So shout out to Bitsby Trippin, Mr. Carter, as well as Serpent XSF, who we've had both on the channel before. So definitely go check out their YouTube channels. Thanks for checking out this clip from the Crypto Mining Show. You can check out the full episode here or more crypto content down here. Also, I'd like you to check out my locals page at sonofatech.locals.com, where you can become a member for free or choose to be a $5 a month supporter that unlocks additional content.